Hi, this is Spencer, the Tampa Bay Wallpaper Installer. Today, I'll be the Tampa Bay Wallpaper Remover and Installer. So I just want to show you how to remove commercial wallpaper. And that goes for any wall. Ideally, this is the way wallpaper comes down. You grab it at a seam, you take, in this case, this is what I used. A paint can opener. You just go into one of the corners. Get this under it and then put your thumb over it and start pulling. I realized that the thinner wallpapers don't come off so easily, but if they are vinyl, that's how you pull all of them off. The thinner ones that are vinyl may come off in strips, but still, ideally, the way you want to take down wallpaper is all in one piece, all right? So granted, this is a commercial wallpaper. It's very thick. You could actually reuse it. But we're taking this down to install a lighter color. This is the stuff that you see in hotels and hospitals and whatnot, and office buildings. It's very durable for people to brush up against with rings and books and everything else, and it doesn't mar the surface. Consequently, it happens to be very durable and it comes down easily. But I'll tell you what, if the walls were not prepared properly, this is the substrate. This is what's underneath, or that's why they call it substrate. That's what's underneath the wall, or the wallpaper. The substrate would come apart because the glue is so strong that when you rip down the wallpaper, it actually takes not only the layer of paint on the wall, but since it's soaked into the paper on top of the sheetrock. You know the sheetrock has paper on it, right? Well, since it bonded and there was no membrane on it, such as the ones I've shown you in the past videos, Shields is one, Shields by Zinsser, or I like the Pro 999 by Roman. I love Roman products. I stick with Roman because you just develop a loyalty to the company, and their products are all over the place. You can't always find that other stuff from Zinsser, so I stick with Romans. Excuse me.
You're fine.
Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry.
My fault.
Let's see if we're still going. Okay, good. We're still going. I'll actually use that footage. That's what happened. I still do not have an iPod for my a tripod for my iPhone. The one that I had, $20 from Amazon. It's junk. So I'm relegated to using a ladder. Okay, so the substrate would come down because the glue soaks past the paint and attaches itself to whatever it can grab onto. And it bonds so well that not only does it pull the paint down, and in this case you can see it actually started tearing off the paint. Okay, perhaps in those areas they put a very thin amount, or they missed it. But you get the point. So you want to use the proper membrane. And then tearing it down, it becomes simple. And depending on the thickness of your wallpaper, this is how it's going to come down in varying degrees from this perfect example. You know what I like about ripping down wallpaper? You get to see how the previous hanger, you see his mistakes. For example, I'll show you. You see this? This was a mistake. He cut too much off. But he pushed it back in and you can't even tell, So he made his cut and then he realized, uh-oh, I took too much off. So he just mended this back together. See that? So I also scored the surface just above the woodwork in order that the paper come off above the woodwork, because this paper is up so long that the woodworker, the person who puts up the base trim, they put it on over the wallpaper. So we know that it's up a long time whenever this building was erected, or whenever this build out took place. But I assume that this paper is up for a good 20 years. It's in good shape too. All right, so what I mean by that, let me just show you. So here is your woodwork, right? So you're gonna take your blade and you're gonna drag it. You wanna do it on an angle, on a 45, so that you get beyond the woodwork. You see, if I go like this, my woodwork's gonna be level with my wallpaper, and I'll see a ridge there. So you wanna go below it, angling the blade at a 45, cutting off as much paper as you can reach with your blade. All right? So now, here's a challenge. Was the wallpaper installed around this? No. So we have an obstacle. How are we going to handle that? In this case, I am going to cut. I'll show you how I'm going to do it. There's no other way to do it without taking that thing down. So this is... okay. Let me just show you what I'm going to do here. And it's a good example. Let's go to the other one, just in case, right? Were you thinking what I was thinking? You never know, right? Somebody could walk out. All right, so watch this. See that? I'm angling the blade, like I said. All I want to do is get that wallpaper off of this. Oh my gosh. How's that? How am I doing? All right? Look at that. Beautiful, right? And don't forget, you have to angle your blade, because if you don't, here's what's going to happen. You're going to have a protrusion in your wallpaper. In other words, you're going to see a bump, and you don't want to see a bump. You want to get all that wallpaper off as much as you can. And then you'll have a beautiful installation. Try to be a perfectionist. People will notice. I noticed this. 1 out of 5 people who hire me notice this guy's a perfectionist. And those 1 out of 5 get me my next 5 out of 10, and eventually 10 out of 10 of my people will be recommendations. It takes time to build up a business, but if you're starting your wallpaper business wherever you are, spend as much time on the job as you have to, and do extremely the best of your ability. Don't cut corners, and you will become known as this. You got to hire this guy. He's the best. That's what you want. Why be mediocre? Do the best of your ability. This way, it gets around. Trust me when I tell you, nobody wants to be dealing with a sloppy finish man, whether he paints, plasters, or wallpapers. All right, so that is my little tip on this frame of this installation. Perhaps I will do another one if I come around. I think I will. I think I'm going to show you how to cut around this firebox, or perhaps even this mess. You know, it's good to know. I did a beautiful video yesterday on how to cut around an oval mirror. I don't know where the video is. It's in cyberspace somewhere, and it was a really good instructional video. Anyway, we'll look for new opportunities to do this for you. Okay, so please click on like on your left-hand side, right? No, is it on your right? Yeah, it's on your left. And please click on the red button, subscribe to your right. Thank you. See you on the next one.